Okay, let's look at the solution to this question. So here at t less than 0, this guy will be connected, switch will be connected t less than 0. Before switching, it is connected to the circuit. So it is connected for a long time. That's why you can assume it to be inductor to be short, and all the current is passing through here, the inductor. Okay, so inductor has been reached its steady state and it is behaving as a short. Here you can say, and all the current, this current is going through this inductor. So this circuit will not have any effect. The capacitor will also not charge. Okay, this will not have any effect because all the current, input current, will go from this branch. So inductor will charged with 10 ampere. So you can say IL 0 minus will be equal to 10 ampere. Inductor will be short. So this is the data we can extract when before switching. Now at t equal to 0, this switch becomes open. This switch is open. So now the circuit will look like this at t greater than 0. So inductor will carry a current of 10 ampere since it is charged now. 0.5 millihenry inductor will carry current of 10 ampere because it is charged, and this capacitor will be as it is, this MOSFET will be as it is. This is 20 microfarad capacitor. Now one thing to note is the gate and drain are connected to each other. So by default you can assume that it is working in saturation region. Okay, because gate and drain are connected, so it will satisfy the equation of VDS should be greater than equal to VGS minus VT, or you can say VD should be greater than VG minus VT. Here VG is same as VG, VG is same as VD, so right hand side will be less than left hand side, so that's why it is behaving in saturation. By default it assumes, by default it is in saturation region as soon as you connect the gate and drain. So saturation region, so by that you can assume your MOSFET, how your MOSFET will behave. In saturation region it behaves like a on switch. This is saturation region. In saturation area you have to consider the ideal model for every device. So ideal model for this guy MOSFET will be at saturation region it behaves like a short switch, and at cutoff it behaves like open switch. Okay, so our MOSFET is working in saturation, so we can assume it to be a switch. Okay, so this drain and source will get connected. This is drain, this is source, this is drain, this is source. Okay, so it behaves like a switch. So since it is in saturation region, we can assume it to be short, this drain and switch source. Okay, so equivalently I'll remove everything and I'll say now my circuit will look like this. So 0.5 millihenry. So the current going here is 10 ampere, and this will behave as a switch. Okay, this will behave as a switch. This is capacitor, negative, positive, VC. Okay, 10 ampere, this is charged with 10 ampere current. Now we have this circuit, one charged inductor and one capacitor. We can apply Laplace. Okay, so this circuit will look again like, since the current is coming from negative, Li0 minus, which is 0.5 millihenry into 10. Okay, and this is one inductor, Ls 0.5 millihenry into S, and there is one capacitor. This is a capacitor which is 1 by Cs, you can say, and negative, positive, this is VCS. Okay, so this is VCS. So now the circuit is transformed into a Laplace circuit. So you can assume it to be a current flowing in this fashion, I of S, and you calculate I of S and you get the voltage across this also if you will multiply with 1 by Cs. So that's what we will do now. Okay, let's solve this circuit with Laplace. So this is inductor, a charged inductor. So Li0 minus, which is L into 10, since 10 is the I0 minus negative positive voltage, so Ls. This is the Laplace transform of inductor. The Laplace transform of capacitor is 1 by Cs, negative positive Vcs, the voltage. Okay, so current I am assuming Is in this direction. So if I'll write KVL, so this is negative to positive, L tan L is equal to Ls plus 1 by Cs. Since current is going from positive to negative, we can assume. Okay, so Ls plus 1 by Cs, Is. So Is will be 10 into S divided by S square plus 1 by Lc, if you will rearrange this, and this is the current. Now the voltage will be current multiplied by 1 by Cs. This will be the voltage in Laplace domain. So if we plug the value 1 by Cs into 10 into S divided by S square plus 1 upon Lc here. Okay, S will get cancelled, so you will have 10 upon C into 1 upon S square plus 10 to the power 4 square. 1 by Lc is 10 to the power 4 square. 1 by Lc is 10 to the power 8. You can see that L is 0.5 millihenry and C is 20 microfarad. So 1 by Lc is 10 to the power 8, which I can write 10 to the power 4 square. Okay, so now if you will see, this is my VCS. So if I'll write, I'm reviewing all this. Now I have is Vc of S is equal to this. If I'll plug the value of C, what I'll get is VCS is equal to 10 upon 20 microfarad, which is 10 to the power 6 into 1 upon S square plus 10 to the power 4 whole square. If I'll take 10 to the power 4 here, what I'll be remaining is 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 4 divided by S square plus 10 to the power 4 whole square upon 20, which is 50 sine 10 to the power 4t. This is Vc of t, this is Vc of S. So it's in Laplace domain, this is in time domain, this is in volts. Okay, volts. So now I can remove this. So this will be my answer. So you can see that your VCT will be a sinusoidal signal which will go from plus 50 to minus 50. So in any case the maximum value will be 50, and it is asked at steady state magnitude, it has been asked, so 50 volt you can say. So C will be the answer. 50 volts, it's the magnitude, and in steady state it can be either at 50 or minus 50. Okay, so that's the reason 50 volts should be the answer. Okay.